What up, y'all? It's your boy Salim, JTM Salim. I'm back again, Casti, international superstar, Bantu music marketer. If you didn't know, I hope you know now. All that means is I make music, right? And you can listen to it at movementsound.org. Stay connected with your boy, join the mailing list, stream the music, it's all free, and download it for whatever price you want it to be. You dig? But yeah, I make music and I help artists like me gain access to the African market through music, business, and everything in between. You dig? Again, check out the website, explore, click on the buttons. They won't harm you, right? Check out the biography, check out the merch, check out the books. And if you're an artist or someone that's building right now, check out movementsound.org/lessons. I got a lot of good stuff in there. But yeah, I think I said it before, but I'm gonna say it again. Listen to the music. It is available on all streaming platforms, right? But it's free on movementsound.org, and you can listen to it today. So if you didn't notice, now I'm on my second video of this new style of content that I'm doing, right? Documenting style, storytelling, right? Hopefully you learn through the stories and my live documenting. I'm in my own truck still, temporary truck, still working local, right? So I'm not going no further than Kentucky, Indiana, what else? But yeah, I'm working local. I'm out of training. Yeah, I'm out of training. The last video, I was getting into training. You won't believe what happened. So I was in training for what? I think it was Wednesday and it was Thursday and Friday, right? I'm in training. I'm thinking of it. I'm enjoying myself or whatnot because of that little mistake I made. I got stuck in the mud, and the company had to spend some money to get me out, right? Now, I almost went on my first OTR team drive that Friday. I'm over there in the passenger sitting, even though this has nothing to do with the with the video today, but I'm gonna still tell you anyway. So I'm sitting in the passenger side. My trainer is driving. This is probably my new trainer, right? New trainer, by the way. So he's sitting, he's driving. I get a call from safety. He's like, "Yo, we need your help. Would you like to go to Iowa? It's a load that's leaving tonight at 10 p.m. I'm like, tonight at 10 p.m.? I'm like, shoot, if you can get one of the homies, that go with me, right? I got two people that I'm willing to drive with, besides my wife who's still in school. Shout out to her. But yeah, so I'm like, shoot, if you can get one of the homies to come with me, I'm down. I go today. He's like, bet, put yourself in sleeper berth, right? Clock yourself out. Don't be in drive anymore. Certify your logs, and we're gonna go ahead and get that together. I said, bet. So I hit the homie up. I'm like, bro, they tell you about this load? He like, nah, I missed that call. I'm about to call him when we getting back. I said, shoot, with my time, since I'm not able to drive 10 hours, I'm sure we could get there with my time, and then you should be able to get us back the next day with your time. He's like, bet, let's do it. He said, I'm gonna talk to them and try to, get us some bonus pay or whatnot. I said, bet, just make sure you include me, you did, because I'm gonna need every dollar. So he's like, all right, bet. He do his thing. He hit me back. He's like, yo, I'm down. I'm gonna go. Ooh. I got us the bonus pay. I'm like, what? Bet. I'm like, dang. Now, around that time, I probably had 5 hours of sleep. Right? It's probably, I'm saying maybe like 12 p.m. in the noon, right, in the afternoon. The load don't leave until 10 p.m. at night. So I'm like, shoot, I call my wife. I let her know. I'm like, yo, I might have to go to Iowa to let you know. And then she's like, all right, bet, hopefully you get out early. I didn't get out early. I didn't get out until probably like 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So she got out of school around 4. We get in the car. I'm going to get some, some food I'm going to eat. I like to eat my chicken salad or whatnot, so I don't spend no money on the road. So, I'm getting something to help me go to sleep. While we sitting in the parking lot of Subway just eating, I'm eating my last big meal or whatnot, I get a call from dispatch, and dispatch tell me, oh yeah, your boy called in sick, so we had somebody else take it solo, but if you want to be on standby, I can try to get you with another driver and we can get you on another team run. I said, let me stop you right there, Custy. If it ain't one of the homies, don't even put me on none of that, man. We're gonna try again tomorrow. This was probably a Thursday, so I was supposed to leave at Friday night. So I was actually in training Wednesday and Thursday. My bad. Wednesday and Thursday. So I was supposed to leave Friday night to go to Iowa. Didn't happen. I was really prepared for it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I was a little sleepy or whatnot. I knew it was gonna be different, but I'm ready. I'm ready to go over the road, man. I'm tired of this local stuff, man. Don't get me wrong. In the beginning, I started to love local. I'm like, oh, this local thing is cool. I get paid by the hour. Nah, man. I need my peace of mind. I need to be on that road. I need to be able to do content. I need to be able to think. I need to be able to write. The local thing is like you drop here, next there. So sometimes I don't even get to record. But right now, luckily, I'm at a place where they take a while to unload. So I was like, might as well knock out a video. You feel me? But yeah, that happened. But also on that same Friday, I think Safety, the same guy that told me about the load, he was like, yo, what do you think about MaGan? Would you let him go on his own? The trainer was like, man, yeah, he's good. He got it. So, you know, on Friday I showed up. I thought I was going to have some work, but they're like, yeah, things fell apart. So I was like, let me make your job easy, my guy. I'm going to come back on Monday. Cool? He was like, all right, bet. So I went ahead and just went to the school to watch my wife do her thing. And I ain't going to lie, she's getting really good. She's doing her thing. I don't want to tell her business yet because she's going to come up here and tell you anyway. But she's supposed to be doing her pre-test soon. So fingers crossed. You guys wish her well. She will be graduating. She will have her commercial license by March. I ain't gonna lie. Beginning of March, she should already be a professional driver. No kizzies, you dig? But yeah. I came Monday. I got my own truck. I did my, I did a local run by myself. Man, it was a tight spot. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all follow me on Snapchat, I definitely try to do daily content on there. Boy, that was a tight spot. I ain't gonna lie. I had a blind side. I couldn't see. I'm like, ooh. But I got it in there. It took me a while, but I still got it in there. It was cool. Now it's my second day being solo again. I'm enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it. I ain't gonna lie. I just love being by myself. Unless it's the homies or my wife, I'd rather be in the truck by myself, man. You feel me? But yeah, let's get to this the video of today. On the road to getting bigger and busier, we are no longer dealing with women at work. I'm gonna say it again. We are not putting our pen in the company ink. Now, before you guys, get your panties in a bunch, I'm not trying to say women are the problem. This is not what that is. Because, I love women. I think, honestly, the key to success is a great woman. All right? The key to success is a great woman. All right? But when you're building something, man, you got to be careful. Let me try to set the scene for you, right? It's probably, I'm going to say, it's probably 2024, maybe 2023, around there. I don't know. I was probably 24, 25 around this time. I'm working, you feel me? I was a young, my face was clear at that time. I was a young man. I had twists in my hair. Woo, handsome young guy. I'm still handsome though. I hope so. On the first interview, actually, when I came in, I was suited and booted. I had like 4 other interviews that's around that time. And then the guy was like, do you have any questions for me? I hit him with the, how soon can I start? He liked that too. And then bam, he got me in. I met the general manager. He was like, what do you want to get out of this position? Shoot, I said, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to get to your position. I'm trying to see how I can climb up the ladder. If I'm able to climb, I'm willing to work because I'm trying to make the most of my goal is to make the most that I can to invest into the things that I want to do. You dig? Yeah. Yeah. It's a kid from a refugee camp, but it's got big dreams. It was a great gig, I ain't gonna lie, and I didn't have to deal with many people. Everybody on the shift was older. I was probably the youngest person on the shift, and we didn't have a third shift supervisor, right? They hired a guy, he was doing third shift. He was really cool. But before he got in, I tried for the spot, but I hadn't been there. I've only been there for like 6 months at that time. So they're like, nah, you can't do it. But they do encourage hiring within the company. So I was cool. I was like, man. They were like, try again next year. So it's cool. The new guy that got hired, he managed. He was for third, but he also would manage second. It kind of got hard for him, so he moved his second shift. And then they're like, we need a third shift guy. This is probably 6 months after, right? I tried. So I've been in there for a year. And then I tried again. I'm like, sure, let me get at it again. First shift guy really loved me. He's the guy that he was like, do you have any questions for me? I was like, shoot, when can I get started? You feel me? He really loved me. He vouched for me. Great guy. Man, I ain't gonna lie, very funny. He does talk a lot, but I guess that just comes with being older, you know. My wife says I talk a lot. Yeah, I definitely do. But so he vouched for me. I got the position. I was, I got my first supervisor position and whatnot. Because of my leadership background and stuff like that, it definitely helped out. Even while I was in the interview, we was just walking around the facility, and he was just telling me what he's looking for and what he wants. And he was like, "Look, man, I'm not looking for anybody who knows everything about the company. I'm looking for somebody who can step up, take responsibility, and really be in a leadership position." And I already had that background. You dig? I already had that background. That's what I was doing outside of work, building my own teams and whatnot. So, I landed the job. It was really nice. I was enjoying myself. I was very comfortable, like very, very comfortable. I really, there was like, even when I tried to quit, I couldn't quit. I was super comfortable with the job. Now, I think it was 6 months in, and I'm there a year and 6 months, right? I'm doing my thing, loving it, chilling, no issues. And then somebody gets hired in a new department. A new manager gets hired in the food department or whatnot. I'm like, whoa, I think I had met her the first time I seen her on camera. I was like, oh shoot, everybody talking about her. Everybody want to talk to her. All the guys want to talk to her, and she was very, very friendly. Let's just leave it at that. She was very friendly. I'm like, but me, I like to say to myself, 9 times out of 10, I probably came in loaded. I was smoking at that time. I can't smoke now, but that's another video. That's another story for another video. But yeah, I try to just stay to myself, stay in my mind, think, read, write. Really just use that time, because since I was sleeping during the day, the nighttime was when I could really, really do the things that I needed to do. And the job gave me a way to make money, be there physically, but mentally, I really had time to myself, and I really loved that. I was able to be on the phone with my guys in Kenya, plot with him. It was really nice. But once this fine little thing came by, ayo, definitely a distraction. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I didn't think much of it, right? I didn't think much of it, because I'm like, why would she go for me? I'm thinking, right? She's a grown woman, right? And plus, we don't even have the same shift. You sleep at the night, and you up during the day. We opposite schedules. You feel me? It just wouldn't work. And then then before you know it, man, I got my opportunity one time. I think she had came in, so I'm in the front. So you got to come through me. It's a desk, so everybody got to come through the security desk. So one time, I was just there. I seen her walking in. All the other guards was doing what they needed to do. So I was there. I was like, she was like, "Oh, what's your name?" We chopped it up a little bit, whatnot. And then, days go on. Things keep going. We keep talking, keep joking, keep getting closer and closer, whatnot. The more you talk to somebody, the more familiar you get with somebody, the more like you start to like the person. And she already looked good. I'm talking about like skinny waist, woo, big behind, high, yeah. But me, I like me, yeah, yeah. But she started inviting me to her office, right? I'm getting distracted. I'm supposed to be unlocking the doors. I'm forgetting it. I'm doing it at a late time because I'm too busy in the office, just distracted, bro. Like, and then here's when things got real crazy. One time she said, "Oh, help me unlock the office door with her." So I started opening up the doors early just so I could have some time with her. We in the office, we by shelling, right, talking, woo. And then tell me why she gets up, right? I'm sitting right here, right. This is her desk. I'm sitting in front of the desk. She's in front of me, right, like you are. And then she gets up. She walks around. Behind me is like a bookshelf. She tried to go grab a book. I try to scoop. She's like right here. Right, she go around me. I'm like, oh. And then she's like, oh, you like what you see? I'm like, what? I didn't know how to answer that. I'm over here like, bro, what the heck? I'm at work. We both in a leadership position, bro. I'm just like tweaking. I'm like, bro, this got to be a setup. This got to be a setup. This only happens in movies. Why would this be happening to me? No way. She like, you don't have to lie. You can be honest. I was like, shoot, I ain't gonna lie. Now, no, now, not to mention all that talking. I definitely learned a lot about her. There was definitely trouble in paradise, so I'm like, damn. But Like, I ain't gonna lie, I went for the grab. I know I should have not done it, but I did it. I went for the grab and it felt nice. Ooh, it felt nice. You wouldn't even think she had kids the way her body shape, whoa. You would not think she had kids, bro, at all. Once that happened, once I did that, I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I got out. I think I was off at that. Yeah, I think I was off the next day. Probably off for like maybe 2, 3 days. I don't know. I was off, so I didn't see her. I'm just in my mind like, yo, what if I get in trouble? What if she tells? Da 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 da. I'm tweaking, bro. I come in the next day. I'm trying to be like on my best behavior, but she does it again. Invites me to the office. Dude, she got my number and everything. She's like, come here. I'm like, what? So I come to the desk. You know, I come to the office or whatnot. I handle my business and everything, but I come to the office. And then she like, just talking to me, woo, woo, woo. I'm standing. This time I don't want to sit because I'm like, nah, this is getting too risky, man. I can't do this. And then, she's like, why don't you sit down? I was like, nah, I might be called at any minute. You never know. So she's like, okay. And then she, she gets up and come here. Let me see. I guess she was trying to fix my shirt or something. And then tell me why she grabs me, pushes me against the wall, and start kissing on me. I ain't never had a woman be that aggressive. I'm like, bro, what the hell? She grabbed me, pushed me against the wall, start kissing on me. I'm like, I'm kissing back, but she ain't had no lips. You can guess her skin color. Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna say you can guess her skin color, but she ain't had no lips. But hey, I'm still going at it. I'm like, what? So I grabbed that mom. I grabbed the little thing back there. Cause with it, I'm like, whoa, bro. I was enjoying myself. I ain't gonna lie. And then she gets. It was getting hot. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was getting hot. Cause I even picked her up. I picked her up, put her against the wall. I'm like, whoa, we about to go down in this office. But again, remember, it's an hour before the place actually opens, so there's no way. We ain't got time like that, and her door is wide open. Anybody could just walk by. I'm like, oh shoot, this is getting too crazy. So, I put her down. I'm like, shoot, and then I'm like, all right, shoot, I gotta go. So I leave. And I was like, I need to calm down, because I'm like, honestly, anything can happen. We could really take it there, you feel me? So I just started getting myself busy and whatnot. So I was like, I'm gonna just try not to go into the office because people were noticing. People were noticing. She was one of the most attractive girls in the building. Like she had everybody's attention from the customers, right, to the men working. I ain't gonna lie, whoa. So now we not just in the office no more. We talking. Everywhere she see me, she wanna talk. She wanna call me over. We flirting. Everybody starting to notice, right? She started hollering my name across the hall, right? One day, like she had we was in the kitchen area. She had her phone open. I had grabbed it. She said, "Bring me my phone. Come to the office." I'm like, "I bet." I don't know what told me open the Snapchat up. I'm just trying to see what kind of woman I'm dealing with. I opened the Snap, bro. You know how on Snapchat, if you scroll up, it starts to show you your memories. I just scroll up. I'm just trying to see the memories, right? I'm thinking I'm gonna see kids and weddings and stuff like that, bro. I start to see men, different men. I'm like, what? Older black men, so she loved black dudes. I was trying to be one of them, but I wasn't old enough. She was trying to settle me down. I'm like, golly, whoa, 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 why can't you treat me like them? But nah, I digress. I was like, ooh, let me get off of that. Yeah, boy, I put her phone down and I went I went about my business because I think one of the first shift supervisors came and he wanted to talk to me. He started talking my ear off. I'm like, and then it was almost time for me to go, so I went ahead and left. Next day, I'm like, I gotta stay away from this woman, bro, because this is not like I can't. This is too risky for me. And knowing me, I'm already attracted, so I already know I'm finna sin. Cause I'm finna sin. If she gives me lemon, I'm finna make lemonade. I already know it. So I was like, you know what, bro, I'm cool. I'm trying to get her outside of work. But remember, we ain't got the same schedule, so it's not finna happen. So I was like, you know what, let me discipline myself and stay and try to keep my distance, right? It's just so hard, bro. She always find a way to be in my face from like inviting me to the office, coming into my office too. Like she will come through the gate, come straight to my office and be like, what are you doing? Like I'm like, bro, I'm trying to stay away from you. Cause you playing with me at this point. You feel me? You playing with me. We both know what this is. Why don't we meet outside of work? But then one moment, I think that one day she had came in, I made a comment. She was like, "Oh, I like your." She said, "I like your hair." I was like, "Oh, thank you." I think I had a new style or whatever. Maybe like my twists were thicker or whatnot. I don't know. She said something about my hair. I said, "Oh, thanks." I said, "I like your pants." I said that. And now I'm not worried about the people around us, but everybody's starting to notice how we're flirting. And then tell me why, right? When I made that comment, the next day I get an email from HR for sexual harassment, right? Something like I'm like, whoa. They said, oh, somebody reported that you made a sexual comment, to an employee. I was like, yo, I had the talk. They set me down. Had that talk. I was like, yo, yeah, my job is at jeopardy. That day, I was like, you know what? From now on, we cannot talk to people at work. Even if it's not the woman that you're dealing with, it's gonna be the people around them. Somebody is gonna say something. So I ain't gonna lie, I was pissed. I was like, wow. At first, I'm thinking it's her. I'm like, why would she do that? What the heck? I could have snitched on her when she did that to me. Man, I was just like, yeah, I gotta stay away from her. I'm done. For maybe a week or two, I would just be distant, like not responding to messages, none of that. Then she finally got in my face one day. She was like, yo, why, like, what's going on? And I told her, I said, bro, I got a talk from HR. Somebody said that I said something sexual, and all I said was, I like your pants. Now, I mean, we all know what that meant by that, right? Come on now. But like, still, I didn't really say anything crazy. But I thought it was her. I thought it was you who did that. She was like, no, I would never do that. But it's probably the people, bro. It was the women around us that heard that, and they definitely jealous. You feel me? So I was like, let's just keep it down. Let's not, let's just do our job. If you really wanna connect, let's connect outside of work. We can't be doing this at work, cause my job is be at risk, bro. I'm at a building phase in my life now. Like, I know we cannot be doing that at all. The profession I'm in, I like it because I don't gotta deal with really women at all. It's just me by myself. Christy. And I'm not saying dating people at work is bad because when you're an adult, where else are you gonna meet women besides online? You're at work every day, right? Sometimes there's good looking women at work, And I'm sure people met at work and now they're married and have kids and everything. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but when you're in a building phase, man, we gotta mitigate risk, right? Mitigate risk, and that's a risk, right? A risk that you're taking. So there's millions of women around the world, man. There's no need to be messing with the girls at work, right, or the women at work. There's no need to be messing, sleeping with, dating, whatnot. The women at work. You can meet women outside of work, right? And that's just that. So yeah, on the road to getting bigger and busier, like I said, we're no longer putting our pen in the company ink. Thank you for being here. Yeah, head over to movingsound.org. Listen to the music. Listen to the music. Check out the website, of course. Check out everything. But make sure you listen to the music and download it for whatever price that you want.